Evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Lovely to see you all here. Certainly coming from the rain and everything, which is just horrendous again out there, isn't it? But we did have a couple of nice days here, so I hope you managed to see the sun at some time. I've got in my mind that we need to keep things simple because I'm liking simple. But wow, and that's what we've got for you today. Managed to get some more of the poinsettias that are just from the company that I'm getting my stuff from. They are not my design, but they fitted the bill. And I think that they're very nice. So I managed to get a few more of those. And I'm combining it with a special price, half price offer for these lovely Christmas floral stems. So I'm going to do a really simple card with those two items, a couple of other bits and pieces as well, but just to show you that you don't have to go over the top with all of your bits and pieces and layers and loveliness. And there is definitely a time and a place when I like to do all that sort of thing, but sometimes I just like to keep it simple, and that's what we're going to do. So first of all, though, I do want to say about the November Christmas card kit, because we launched that on Sunday. And I did say that it was on a limited amount. I did think that the limited amount was going to be sufficient, but oh my goodness, it wasn't sufficient by any means. And unfortunately, as I said on the video, I couldn't do anything about it because I have got every bit of stock that is in the world. The kits are winging their way to you as of today, so they are coming their way. So look out for your emails with the instructions by our lovely June Smith. But with the kits, I know I can't bring that one back, so that's no good. But I decided that although I had said it was the last Christmas card kit, I reckon that we could squeeze another one in. So I will do one with, I'm making sure that, I was going to say unlimited, but there will be, you know, as good as unlimited could be, hundreds and hundreds of the kits available. So that's going to be on the 19th. Okay, so let's get on with this loveliness. Now, I have already cut some bits and pieces out. So this is where you need to go to, maximumcrafts.com, if you would like any of the items that we've got today. You need to do a thumbs up and a down here somewhere, so thank you for that. But let's do a little bit more cutting out, and let me just show you a simple but effective card. So I'm first of all going to take these and show you what these are all about. Hold on, just don't want to lose that. So these are 4 pieces. They are 2 that are the same size, these 2 big ones, and then they face left and right, which I think is nice for a floral decoration. And then 2 smaller pieces, one sort of medium size, one very much smaller. So it's a nice combination. I'm going to take the 2 largest ones, one facing left, one facing right, and I'm going to cut them out of some satin mirror card. So I'm just going to notice there's a little bit of you know what in there. You don't want a bit of you know what. So I'm going to cut them out a bit of, as I said, satin mirror card. Because I've gone for traditional again this time. And I'm going to take one of my sentiments. This is just a random one that I have from this year's, which is called Thinking of You at Christmas. So I'm just going to pop that into place and then cut that through. I'm just going to trim it down a bit so I'm not wasting all this card, and then give you a chance to see how pretty the floral frame comes out. So just run that through my machine. So bring that in there so you can see what that was again. Oops. So let's have a look what these look like. So this one is your Thinking of You at Christmas. Should have checked that it is all cut. Yeah, you should always do, really. But you know what it's like. You get a bit carried away and then you forget. So just take those out. So I've used this gold because it's not a shiny one, and I thought that would look nice. I've gone for the poinsettias in the Christmas red with a little bit of green as well, rather than last week's pink. I loved the pink ones though, but I think we can go traditional as well, can't we? Just take these out. Now these have got lots of little bits within them, so I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. Why do I keep opening the wrong end? So you've got lots of little bits here, whoops, that just need removing. So just take those little bits out. So they're sort of like berries. I don't know what sort of flower you would call it. Just as floral stem, but it's quite a nice different one, isn't it? So, oh, get out when you're told. And when I did it earlier, they just fell out. They are all loose. You know what it's like. So yeah, I think with the kit, it surprised me that, but it was lovely how popular it was. But I do not like the fact that after the first half hour, you can't buy it. So subsequently, we are planning to be able to do some sort of prescription. Oh, not a prescription, a subscription. What have I done with the other one then? Okay, who's pinched it? Did I leave it in there? No. What have I done with the other one of that then? Oh, goodness me. Doesn't feel tight enough there. I've got some funny plates on my machine. It's no good. Not going to fiddle about with that. I'm going to cut it out again. I've got some funny plates on my machine, and they don't want to. They've got like a bow in them, and I've noticed that they want to keep. That is that one. Oh, let's just do them all. Let's just do them all. Let's get my thinking of you again. Don't know what happened there, I'm sure. Let's give it another go. Yeah, it's got, I really ought to do something about it, but you know, time's precious, isn't it? So let me pop this through again. Just check. Ironically, it's the only thing that I decided that I wouldn't cut out. Isn't that ironic? And it's the only thing that played about. Now, one is still in there and one isn't. So when I start saying what I've done it with this time. So let me just take that out. So yeah, so for next year, so we won't be doing it this year because it needs a little bit of organisation, as you can imagine. But for next year, we are hoping to introduce to be able to subscribe to getting the kits, because I know that there's people that aren't around on a Sunday morning first thing and would like to have these kits. And so that's what we're hoping to bring to you. We'll give you all the information as and when we have it ourselves, to be frank with you. But I don't like it that I can't offer it to you after the first sort of 10 minutes. It's not good. So subsequently, that's not going to happen. We're going to make sure that we have got sufficient in there for people that want it, basically. So, but that will be next year, because I can't sort of get that organised before Christmas, and we're only going to have 2 or 3 kits now before Christmas, so we need to make sure that everything is sorted before then. They will still be available for non-subscription. It's not like that. It's not that it's subscription only. It's purely going to be done so that the people that feel that they're always missing out, which they may well be, will no longer miss out if they wish to take part of a subscription instead. So it also means that people in different countries can get them as well, because obviously with the time differences and things, you know, that's part of it as well. We don't want that either. So just remove that one and take these pieces off. So you can see they're really pretty. They've sort of got room here that would be berries, and then the rest of it are the flowers as such, which I think is quite a nice different approach to it, rather than holly and all that sort of thing. So now let's scoop these bits and pieces together and show you how I wanted to pop it together. So I've got a 5x7 card blank, so it's quite simple. Don't want it too huge. I am going to put foam on it, but you don't have to. I've then taken from way back, actually, probably about May, we had some of these, which are the Sentimentally Yours Christmas Charmed Snowflake range. This one was the rectangles. I don't have any one of those left, I'm afraid, but there are a couple of the others, the circles and the squares, just left. But I thought that would work really well with this today. So I've cut out the smallest size one. Beg your pardon, no, not the smallest, is it? The medium size. Yeah, the medium sized one. I've cut that out in my gold satin card again. And then it comes with like a plain die as well. So I've cut that one out as well. So that's going to go straight onto there. And then I've cut my poinsettias, as I said this time, out of traditional Christmas red. And I've also, like I did last week, I've also cut it out of the Christmas green, just the larger poinsettia, so that it'll look as if I've got the leaves behind it, or the bracts or whatever. But anyway, green. So I'm just going to pop that onto there, and then I'm going to turn that over and, of course, pop some foam onto that one. So just some strips onto there. But again, if you prefer not to do that, don't feel that you have to. It's just me. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just having a look at what people are saying. Yeah, I don't like it that people miss out. Sometimes it can't be helped, because sometimes the items are so limited that I've bought all that the company have and that's it, and can't do much about that. Top folding along that side, so it's sort of like a landscape one. Going to pop that into the middle, not put any mats and layers on it otherwise, just that centerpiece, which I think looks lovely on its own. Okay, so then I'm going to get my poinsettias. So I've cut out with the Christmas red the 3 sizes here. Oh, if I can pick it up like that. Then I've got the Christmas green as just the large one. And then I've cut out the center again. I've cut it out as a satin mirror card as well. So a little dab of glue into the center of the green one to start off with, and pop my biggest one again so that that is offset but in the center. Let me just pop that end on there, then I can press down with that. That's what I like about these, that you've got sort of dual aspect of it. Then a little dab of glue into the center of that one, and my next size flower. I know it's not a flower, but you know what I mean. Offset the petals again and press that one into place. Then my smallest one on top of that, little dab of glue in the center, offset that, press that in, and finally a little dab of glue into the center and bring in my little centerpiece. I don't quite know what one would call that, but There you go. And press that down nicely so that that stays in place. Now I've also done another one here, more or less, so I just need to put that one together. So I just pop that bit of glue into the center. Now I did put a little red one in the center of that, but I don't want a red one. So I'm not going to pull it to pieces. I'm just going to sit that one on top of it. So that, whoops, it's there. And then just press that down on there to make sure that that's stuck. And then, whilst I'm still holding on to it, I can then tease up my poinsettia so that it's got a bit more oomph to it. And the same with this one. Hold it down and then just tease that up. Okay, so there's my 2 poinsettias, and they are simply going to be surrounded by our lovely floral stems. I'm simply going to put those in each corner. So I've got another couple here. So let's get it so that they are both sort of coming round like that. And then all we're going to do is pop our poinsettias into the centre. And in a minute, I'm going to put these 2 sentiments together, and that's going to go in the middle. See, you couldn't get much more simple than that. But I do think I hope it's coming out okay on your screens, because I do think that it's got a bit of a wow factor. So I'm putting a little bit of glue onto the bottom half of my floral stem, because I don't want it all over. And then again on this side, just so that that is stuck, overlapping them so that they're sitting one on top of another, and then the same down here. So again, just glue on the bottom sort of half more or less, because I don't want it to be solidly put there. And I'm trying to put it so that the stem is hanging over the edge of my centerpiece, but not over the edge of my card, because I want it to be able to fit in to the envelope. And then again, whoops, going over both of them there, but let's push that up in the middle a bit more, so that they are overlapping, because once my flowers go on, you're not going to be able to see that part at all. So we've got that all into place. I should get my pin flare glue to put my 2 flowers on. As I say, this really couldn't be more simple, could it? I think I'm going to need some more of this glue, you know. Oh, maybe we won't be using pin flare. Oh. Oh dear. Talk amongst yourselves a minute. Let me just see if I can't get this started. It's decided to not want to play ball, isn't that? There we go. That's better, I think. Yeah. So a little bit on the base of my poinsettia, just in the middle, and then just pop that one there. And a little bit more, whoops, on the bottom of my other one. Not doing it anywhere else, just in the centre. And bring that into that corner. Again, just make sure when you're placing it that the outside of your flowers are within your card, because otherwise you're not going to find it all fit in very well at all there. However, this is really a box type card, isn't it, if you see what I mean? So let's just put that together a bit more. Pop a little bit of glue onto the front, because I've cut out two. I did cut out one earlier, just to build it up so that we've got a little bit more substance on here. So I'm just going to put glue first of all onto the front of one in little places so that I can stick them one on top of another, like that. Put that down onto there, and then just place this one absolutely over the top, lining, first of all, depending on whether you're left or right-handed, I think I go for putting in this side first, the left-hand side first, and then hopefully it's much easier to just offer it down so that it is exactly one on top of the other. Bearing in mind, of course, that you are going onto a shiny surface here, so you need to just hope that it won't move around. So I just need to hold that there for a second. I'm just going to let that grab for a minute and see see what's going on there again. So yeah, it is postable if you were to keep these flat. I haven't, because I don't like things flat, but it still is quite easy to do something like that. Take that bit off of there. So I'm now going to put some glue onto the back of my two that are stuck together here so that I can just put it on my card front and we're sorted. It really couldn't be more simple than that. If you haven't got the poinsettia, I'm sure you've got poinsettias at home that you could use, because they would be fine. And maybe holly or something else. You know, you don't have to go out and buy all new things. Obviously, they're there if you want them. I'm just going to slot my little thinking of you at Christmas into the middle there. Just hold that down. And then we're done. And I think thinking of you at Christmas is quite nice for people that might be not so well at Christmas, or maybe even the first year of being on their own or something. You kind of like, you don't want to think that you haven't thought of them, but you know that it might be difficult for them. So it's quite a nice one to go with, just moving that over. So hopefully that doesn't all fall off now, but I don't think it will. So when I take some photographs of that in the morning, you will see, hopefully, that it's a very beautiful colour. I thought I'd go a bit more traditional. So we've got these lovely poinsettias there, and then this, which I think looks pretty good. I like it. I hope you like it. Do I put inserts in my cards? Never. Never. I always think I should. I always think they look nicer if I do, but I'm afraid I don't. No. Oh yeah, don't forget to put the thumbs up. It's a good job you're all paying attention, isn't it? Yeah, so thumbs up if you like it, down here somewhere. That would be really nice. But as I say, I like the thought that we can take a piece of paper, take a piece of scraps of paper for my red and green poinsettia, fair bit more, half a sheet for my gold, with a little scrap of white, and we've got a card which would look good on any mantelpiece, I reckon, wouldn't it? So it looks, I'm just very quickly looking there to see that you quite like the idea of the subscription. So as I said, it's not coming up yet. It will be for next year in January. We will tell you all about it beforehand so that you're all ready. Please don't think that it's the only way that you're going to get the kits, though, because the kits will be available as usual on the day of launch. But for those people who are subscribing to the kits on a monthly basis, you can then be assured that you will get them, even if you're not there and can't make it on that time. Okay, so we'll give you all the more details later on, though. So that's going to be for January, which isn't very far away, 7 weeks, and we'll be in January. So I will be back on Sunday morning, which is the 12th of November, which, as I said before, is Remembrance Sunday. And therefore, although the time will say it's going to be live at 11 o'clock, because YouTube doesn't accept minutes, I may well be live, but I won't be saying anything until it's 2 minutes past. Okay, so I will be there. And we have got something really lovely. I'm looking forward to showing you the next new set that I've got coming out. So look forward to showing you those. But yeah, that's Sunday. So until then, I hope it gets a little bit drier for all of us. I hope you like the card. I will take a photograph of it in the morning so that we can see all the beautiful details on it. But until then, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being there. Thank you for your support. You are the best, without a shadow of a doubt. And I hope that you can make it with me on Sunday morning. Take care till then. Thank you. Bye.